But if you watch a whole game and you'll see, wow, there were 14 trick plays today. A pitcher struck out a guy in 10 seconds, 5 seconds faster than what they're supposed to throw a ball in Major League Baseball. There was an inning that was 57 seconds this year. We've had 50, 100 plus innings under 2 minutes. The showdowns, fans catching foul balls to win a game, that happened this year. We had 60 fan caught foul balls. One 15-year-old caught one to win a game. These are things you'll never, ever, ever see in any other sport or anything even kind of comparable to the same level of fan engagement and talent level. I mean, we have 2 center fielders that can catch the ball doing backflips in the middle of the air. And so it's just watching it more. It's us continuing to promote the athleticism, promote this uniqueness of what they're doing. And it takes time. Time is the great equalizer. It takes time. Anything. I can't imagine in 2-3 years when people start seeing, wow, yeah, we've been doing that for 5 years, but it just finally takes hold.
So Jesse, then I've got to believe that the recent moment in Cooperstown, New York, at the National Baseball Hall of Fame to wrap up the 2023 World Tour was a special moment for you to see Banana Ball recognized in Cooperstown, see artifacts on display. But take me into that moment. Like, paint that scene for me. What did that look and feel like for you?
Well, the first moment was a phone call from the president of the Baseball Hall of Fame and saying, Jesse, just want to get in touch with you. We can't ignore the Bananas anymore. I go, oh, that's nice. He goes, so we want to put you in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, what? And then we talked more and we said, we'd love to do a game where you guys could play there. And we have a huge exhibit. And they wanted my top hat and my idea books and our jerseys and our kilts. And, we first came up with Banana Ball and a huge exhibit. And when they welcomed me there, I got welcomed by Lee Smith, the Hall of Famer. And he was the person that gave me my first fan's first moment when I was a 5-year-old bat boy for the Red Sox. He was the first person that sat next to me in the dugout. And I have a picture of me as a 5-year-old with Lee. And then he greeted me, and to have hundreds of people, fans from all over the country there. It was emotional. When I said the Savannah Bananas are in the Hall of Fame to everyone, I broke up. I started getting teary-eyed. My dad was there, my family, everyone. Because you're right, we haven't been taken that serious, but to be taken that serious and to see that the Baseball Hall of Fame recognizes what we've done for the game in such a short time meant the world. And then, just a few weeks later, it announced that we were going to Fenway Park and 5 other major league stadiums. And it's a dream come true. And the crazy thing is, what I realize is, amazing as it is, we're still in the first inning. And I tell our team that every day. We're still in the first inning, guys. We're just getting started. And I think that's what drives us, because we know of a much bigger impact we can make.
Still in the first inning. Jesse, I've got to double click there. I'm curious, when you think about that moment that you had as a child with Lee Smith, the legendary Lee Smith, what do you remember most about that moment?
Well, I was a shy, introverted 5-year-old kid at that point. I was an only child. My parents were divorced. My dad was raising me, and I was in the dugout by myself, and there was no one talking to me. And then Lee came over, big Lee Smith, strong, sat next to me and started talking to me. And my dad captured a picture of me. He spent 10, 15 minutes in the pregame talking to me. And that literally was my fan's first moment. And it was that moment that I became a Red Sox fan. It was that moment that I fell in love with the game of baseball. It was that little moment that changed everything for me. And that's why we tell everyone on our staff, every game is someone's first game. You never know the impact you can make. And I try to share that with our team, because that one impact changed everything for me. And now I think we have the opportunity to change that for so many people around the world.
Jesse, it's such an important message that you have, such an amazing story that, like you said, is just in the first inning. I tell people all the time, my dad taught me to read with baseball cards. I'll never forget one of my parents' friends coming home with a baseball signed by Bobby Ojeda of the New York Mets, and it sat atop my shelf. And there's moments that you just never forget at a ballpark, all the way up to my teenage years, playing in a charity event with Cal Ripken sitting next to me. You never forget these moments. And I know that you and your entire team are going to create millions of moments just like that one that 5-year-old Jesse Cole had with Lee Smith so many years ago.